Hi, how's it? It's Nikolai. I want to just say thank you, Audrey and Matt and Poppy. Um, you guys have, and Ruby, you guys have been basically another family and took us in when we were young, me and my brother Eli, and Eli sends his wishes and blessings out. I know he couldn't be here today, and we were all very close with Will. And you know, it was kind of hard at first when I was really thinking of stories of like what to talk about, and because when I was talking earlier, I've known Will through the darkest moments, and those kind of times was we were young and we were troublesome kids, and we all faced our demons, and we it was kind of like a lot of using stories at first, and I was not saying on shame or guilt because of these things, but I think that's just our origin story. And I knew Will very well. He was always laughing and having a good time, but on the inside we were all struggling and suffering at the same time. And I do want to bring up some stories that we were using, and but they're like probably one of the funnest moments. And one of them is Will came over and we took some mushrooms, and we were at 3 tables at my dad's house, and I just remember we were like giggling like little schoolgirls, like off the top of our lungs, and we were just kind of losing it. And we went body surfing at Waimea, and we were walking down the rock trail down there, and a bus drove by, and we were fucking laughing our asses off like, fuck, it was a spaceship, bro. Like it was such a good time. And we finally made it all the way over to Max's house, and Max was like on the phone with us the whole time and made sure like we made it back safe. And I think that was one of the biggest bonding moments I had with Will. We got super deep, and we talked about a lot of like stress that was going on of trying to figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of our lives. And Will kind of told me, he goes, dude, I want to be a tattoo artist. And I just remember I was just like, dude, if you want to do that, fucking get on that. And it wasn't until a couple years later when you guys were out here, and he got his first little tattoo gun, and we really saw like his inspiration and how he like dedicated himself on how to do tattooing. And he'd have all his little pad and paper out, and he was doing his sketches and then the tracing paper, and then he like really went in depth of learning how to become a tattoo artist. And it was super inspirational, because I was well, dude, this guy's got potential to do whatever if he has the drive and wants to be there. So I was really inspired on just like, I know he didn't have very much tattooing under his belt, but I was like, bro, I'm down to get tatted up and like see where you can go with this. And it was a cool fascination to see. And the other biggest moment too is because when he was getting into that, we were at your guys' house down in San Clemente, and I remember bringing my son around, and it was me, Will, my son Keola, Poppy, Audrey, and Matt. And I remember having one of the sickest 4th of Julys, because me and Will snuck over up to Vegas, and we went to the Indian reservation, and we bought a bunch of fireworks. And I don't know if Will ever told you that we went out there, but because he wasn't supposed to leave. But we made it a mish. We just were getting fireworks, and we went out there and we came back, and I just remember cracking up, because he was just like, this is the big blondie, and we're blowing it up. And it was such a cool thing. And seeing how much Will loved Poppy on all of that with everything. And I miss him very much, and it's hard to admit that he's like gone. And I still find it hard to believe. As you can know, Audrey, I messaged him on his phone, and I was hitting him up on Instagram, and I was just all, please, hey, hit me back, because normally, like, when when we're in our ways, sometimes we don't call back right away. But once we start feeling healthy again, we would reach back out. And I miss my friend a lot. He always had that laugh, and especially when he like joked around, and like he would just kind of have that little giggle snicker that he always did. And I will always remember Will as just this fun loving guy. And as hard as he was struggling, and it was in and out of addiction, and I just want to say Will had the strongest resilience I've ever seen of anybody I know. A lot of people want to just roll over and die, but Will actually kept coming back and trying to do AA, and I truly believe this last time was his one, and I think that was what God's purpose was for him to be here, was to show his resilience, and how no matter how many times we fuck up, players fuck up. It's cool, but it's even more cooler to keep trying than to not have tried at all. And I'm always going to know Will as that, as just straight resilience. So, and with that, I love you guys. Thank you.
Do you want to say anything to Audrey?
Audrey, I love you very much, and I want to just say thank you for opening your heart and your home to me and Eli and any of the other North Shore kids. I know you've probably seen us as troublemakers, but like you always had an underline of just like straight love and caring, because as we might have thought of it as a strict parent, it was more of you really just loved and cared for us all, and you're just showing up the best way you knew how. And I appreciate that, because a mother's love for their child is really hard to find with some families, especially with everything going on nowadays. But you've always shown up and you've always showed love, and that's probably the most like admirable thing as a mother. And my heart goes out to you guys as family, and you know, in the future when it comes you starting your nonprofit, and I will always be there. I will always be on call, and whenever you need a favor, I will be there for you guys, because Will was my brother, and I love you guys very much. So thank you.